Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. I'm Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today is definitely going to be one of those in between type videos. So, this is my grimoire. This is a blank page that I already have set up, to be ready to go. And my washi, I love, of course. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is basically add a page, what I like to call adding pages to my grimoire. So I've been sharing as I go along, and I'll continue to. My birthday is next week. Oh, check out my wash. I just wanted to show you guys a little close up of that. But anyway, my birthday is next week, and yeah, I'll be getting my nails done before then. Excuse them. Yeah, there's a little residue on there, but stay with me. Anyway, so I wanted to do something more magical for my birthday. I don't normally do that, but you know what? I want to get into it. I want to do it. So I thought I would just videotape myself or film myself, adding the pages and showing you what I'm doing. This is different. I've never done this before, so stay with me if you're interested in how this all comes out. So I'm going to add some stickers, and I'm just going to call it birthday spell. And there's a couple, actually it should be a spell with an S, but you'll see in just a moment I sort of ran out of room. But it's okay. It's okay. It's my grimoire, and I do it as I like. But that book, by the way, that I'm getting from is from the Happy Planner. If you're looking for, something like that, they have different color letters, different sizes, colors. And yeah, it's all letters and just a couple numbers. But anyway, back to it. So I'm going to go ahead and add these stickers to the top and celebrate. Now, this is not like a milestone or anything. I'm not turning one of those big something O numbers. I'm already in my 40s. Although, birthdays are always just special just because, right? So this is an act of witchy self-care. This is, just act of celebration, just recognizing another year has gone by since I've been on this planet. And I'd like to do something special. So I'm recording ahead of time what I plan on doing, but on my birthday, which is going to be for me, it's March 30th. I'll actually be doing the things that you're going to see that I share here in my grimoire. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys finish just seeing me, put this down, and then I'm sort of going to fast forward a little bit because it, takes a while to sort of get this out. I had everything already written down. You'll see in a moment, but I wanted to transfer it here. I had to write it out on a piece of notepaper first, but then transfer it here. But I didn't know exactly how I wanted to lay it out. But, I just jumped into it. So okay, so that's the Aries symbols. If you haven't figured out, I'm an Aries. So I'm grabbing my pens here. So I went with colors that resonate with me, red, orange, and green, because green is all about prosperity, and that's kind of where I'm going with this birthday spell, one of the birthday spells. But anyway, red because, fiery passion, Aries, orange, the colors you see in a fire. It's all about Aries. And what I'm going to do now is just basically write down some information, things that I identify with as Aries. And this is all, these are sort of some symbols and things, elements and so forth that I identify, with my Aries sun sign. And this is what's going to be used in the actual spells. So you'll see I'm writing here fire, and then cinnamon. That's a spice, I understand. And next I'm writing red pepper, which is also a technically type of spice, but These are the symbols that are standing it. Natural items can be symbols. Just so you guys, hopefully you guys know that. Symbols don't have to be something that's not edible or something that can't be consumed. It's still symbolically referencing, Aries, to me anyway. So anyway, so I'm writing down my herbs that I'm going to be using. So rosemary, rosemary is representing good health. And I'm writing that down here. When you're writing in your grimoire and you're writing this sort of stuff, as far as your spells or rituals or whatever you're doing, write down why you use those things. I swear you will think or maybe you will, but certain herbs have more than one meaning. So just what did you need it for this particular working is what you'll be concerned with. So sage, of course, for wisdom. And then I have garlic. Garlic is going to guard against any negative magic, any negative energy. So that's why I'm adding that as well, which is definitely necessary. I always build in a protective layer in most of my work. It's what I do. I've had mishaps, so I understand the importance of kind of putting a little fail safe in there to sort of, I want the energy to work for me, but at the same time, I needed to not, every obstacle in the universe to come at it. So, yes, something as simple as garlic helps with that. Oils. So oils, I'm going to be using olive oil, and olive specifically for representing fidelity, marriage, and peace. Definitely want that. Who wouldn't? And then the next one I'm going to write down in just a second here is lemongrass essential oil. So yes, lemongrass. And that is for psychic opening. I want, psychically speaking to be open. So that's what that for, because that's going to be necessary for what I'm going to be doing with this spell. You won't see, but I'm going to go back and add it. I may have that included on this video, but honey is another one. Unfortunately, I didn't write it. I did go back and write it. I don't know if I shared that here though. But anyway, the candles I'm using to represent, again, the colors, red, orange, pink. Yes, pink, it's part of that. And then white. They're all important to me. They all represent what I'm doing with the actual spell itself. Still dealing with the Aries dynamic, the symbolic, the red and the orange. And pink is just another variation of red. And then white is sort of like my catch-all candle, where it's kind of like that. That's that part where the psychic part comes in. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and write out the purpose. What is the purpose of doing all this? It's important to write the purpose of your spell. Again, you think you'll remember, but sometimes, especially if you're doing things that are similar, and if you're doing things for maybe other people, it doesn't have to be paid work. It could be for your friend or your mom or your sister or whatever, your husband. The point is, you just want to write down the purpose. And if you were doing it for somebody else, you would say it was for, address it to that person. But in this case, this is for me, for my birthday. So I'm just writing here, the purpose of the spell is to attract good health, wisdom, and peace, and continued abundance and prosperity. So that's what I'm writing down here. So, and which is very true, by the way. This is what I want. It's those sound very generic and broad, terms when you speak about abundance and prosperity and peace and wisdom. What does that mean? Well, that's the thing. I'd like the universe to, I spell prosperity. I'd like the universe to kind of give me some wiggle room. I'm just trying to give the universe a chance to actually work, for me and not sort of get in the way. I'd like to see, what's going to happen, I'm almost afraid to say surprises, because when you say that the universe will show up and surprise the heck out of you, but this is all, that's why, I add, to guard against negative magic and energy and things like that. That's why I add those extra pieces in there. That's important. But overall, that what you see there, that's what I'm going for. Okay, so I didn't finish the energy raising section because I had some issue with my camera. But basically, what it's saying is for energy raising, I wrote music, dancing, visuals with appropriate emotions, hand clapping, and ringing a bell. All of those things are a way to raise energy, physically, mentally as well. So I wrote down how I would raise energy. That's important. You need something to fill these spells. This is what separates and a lot. I thought it was pretty simple, but to be honest, I mean, it took a little bit of time for me to figure this out too, early on in my witchcraft journey. But that energy raising is essential. What are you doing to fuel the spell? Where are you getting that energy from? We're talking cosmic, universal energies, universal law, participating in all that intentionally. Yeah, you need to raise some energy. So the next is I'm writing down performing the spell, basically what that entails. And what I have here in my cursive writing that not a lot of people are going to be able to read, I understand. That's kind of the point. Half like cursive print a little bit. But anyway, I wrote down here, make the rosemary, sage, and garlic oil by heating olive oil on low heat and adding the herbs. Let it sit and cool and then transfer to a clean jar that can be sealed. And then I'm writing down all year when using infused oil, I'm fortifying good health, wisdom, and guarding against negative energy. So I'm incorporating kitchen magic as well. As you guys probably have figured out by now, I definitely am a cottage witch and my magic reflects that, even a birthday spell. But I'm writing that all in here as well. That's just one part. So like I said, I should have wrote spells, but I just have a spell because it's kind of all a lot of things supporting, one purpose, one intention. Sometimes I joke, I said I like to do spells on spells on spells. Well, here's a prime example of me doing the spells on spells on spells. That's what's happening right now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish writing out and let you guys have some music as I finish writing out the rest of the page. All right, so what I have so far, just to kind of come back in, is I wrote where it says use lemongrass oil to anoint all candles, add honey, remember the honey, cinnamon and red pepper onto candles. Then I wrote light candles on birthday to attract abundance, prosperity, and wealth. And speak purpose of each item. So as I'm anointing the candle, I would say this olive oil is for fidelity, marriage, peace. And you feel that ish when you putting that olive oil on the candle. And when you're putting the cinnamon on and so forth. Cinnamon, and I represent is, fire element of Aries and so forth. So I would write all that on there. And the next is a journal prompt. That I wrote. So yeah, this is something different. I'd like to journal. So I put, what do I want to see this year? And that's very broad, but that's on purpose. I want to think broadly. So the next is, which I'm covering up, but I wrote down tarot readings, 9 cards. So I'm just looking for the stickers that I want to use, to numbered stickers. I'm about to get to that in a second here, where I'm going to write down which, what I'm asking of the cards for each of the 9 cards. So, yeah, how did I come to 9 cards? Because I just added up my birthday. That's my birth number. So, you add up your birthday. So your month, the date, and the year. single digits. If you get a double digit number, then you add those two numbers together, and that would be how you would get your birth year. So that's basically how I did it. So I created it. I didn't want to use what I've been doing. I either use something out of a tarot deck. There's, dang, I can't remember the name of the cards. It was a fairy, uh, something fairy cards. They're popular. It's like a green box. They're mostly green, but it has little fairies on it. Very popular card deck. I love that one. I've had that one for some time. That was actually one of my first decks. But yeah, I usually use one of the spreads that was in that book. I had been using that same spread for years. I remembered it. But I wanted to do something different. So that's what you're about to see here. I'm going to write all these in. So I'll give you a little bit of music and I'll come back and explain a little bit more about each of the 9 cards, or what I'm asking to be read with each of the 9 cards. Okay, so what I have written down is 1 is current state or outlook, 2 is what to look forward to, 3 what to avoid, 4 what's changing, 5 what's remaining the same, 6 influences, good, bad energy, 7 influences of people in my life, 8 direct message from spirit, and 9 overall birthday message. So yeah, that's it. As far as for the tarot reading, that's the 9 cards that I'm going to do. Something totally different than what, like I said, how I normally approach. I'm very excited about this. And yeah, so now it's time to add a little bit more decorations, because, that's what I do. I have 50 million sticker books and washi tape and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to start adding them to the page because I like to make it look cute and pretty. So that's what you're going to see me do next, starting with the washi. Ah, and in case you were wondering, my actual birthday is on March 30th. Um, so that's next Tuesday. So I wanted to get this all, get everything done because I have to go and place an order for my candles, my extra candles of the different colors. So that'll be coming to get that going. Yeah. So, but everything else I already have. So I feel, pretty solid about everything else that's going on with the spell because I already have those items. But yeah, this is it, guys. So thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. And if you are doing something special for yourself, or you have been doing something special for yourself for your birthday, let me know in the comments as well. I'd really like to hear. I'm curious. And finally, if you are interested in this sort of stuff, like how seeing like this all play out, um, going forward, I figured out a way to start a virtual coven. So thanks to the last live I did, and you ladies were so helpful with information. So anyway, I found the right platform. I believe I did. So I'm still building some stuff in there, and then I'll be very shortly releasing what it is by invitation only. I don't want it to be a place where people are lurking. I mean, I lurk in certain groups, so I'm okay with a little bit of lurking, a little bit, but after a while, you got to participate or you can't be in a group. It's one of those things where I don't care if it's just a handful, if it's only 10 or less than. Um, it's more about the value and the quality of the group and, really trusting other witches with information. So something like this, this is personal. It might not seem it to other people, but this is pretty personal. I mean, it's my birthday, right? You can look at this and say, "Oh, I'm inspired," but you're going to do something different for you because you might not be in Aries, and none of this may resonate with you. Um, yeah, that's a place where we can get a little bit more personal and share a little bit more because there's, the option for video, of course, and we can all interact and so forth, and kind of in real time, go back and forth with each other and help each other and be there for each other and so forth as a coven would, magically speaking, spiritually speaking. So yeah, that's it. So I'm really happy with my book. I can't wait to do all this actually on my birthday. All right, so thanks again for watching. I'm Mika. This is Leap Taken. Please like, subscribe, share, and of course, if you've already subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And again, as always, thanks so much again for watching. Bye bye.